Hey guys, Miss Sewing here with a quick review of two modern presidents we're going to compare and contrast together. We're going to look at George W. Bush, who is a Republican, and we'll look at Barack Obama, who is a Democrat. And let's start off with George W. Bush. So we talked about a number of events that were very important during George W. Bush's presidency. And I'm going to start with a big one, which was 9/11. So I'm going to drag that over to his circle here. So September 11th, 2001 was a major terrorist attack on the United States. And I talked about that in a previous video. And one of the effects of 9/11 was our war on terror, meaning the wars that we started with Iraq and Afghanistan, where the goal was to find terrorist organizations and cut the legs out from under them. Also, during George W. Bush's presidency was Hurricane Katrina. That was a pretty devastating natural disaster that hit New Orleans, Louisiana, Mississippi, and really hurt the population who lived there. And they continue to deal with the destruction from that hurricane today. Also going to drag the USA Patriot Act. In fact, I might do a little switcheroo here. I'm going to put the Patriot Act a little bit closer to the war on terror and 9/11, just because these terms go together. And again, one of the effects of 9/11, right, we talked about the war on terror happened, but we also passed this law, the Patriot Act, which was a pretty controversial one. It allowed our government to monitor people's activities, like their phone calls, their emails, their text messages, their banking information, in an effort to stop a future 9/11 from happening. I'm going to finish up George W. Bush's circle here with economic collapse. And you'll notice kind of a trend with George W. Bush is all the major events are kind of negative ones, and economic collapse is no difference, right? We're going to see our market take a huge dip. We go into a major recession, and that means people are hurting, right? Lots of people are unemployed or underemployed. A lot of people who, can't pay their mortgage and are just in some financial trouble. And that was an unfortunate event of his presidency. Moving over to Barack Obama, we've got a couple of key things. So, first of all, you'll notice Barack Obama is a minority. He is not white. He is the first black man to be elected president. One of his major promises while in office was to fix health care. So I'm going to drag Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, those are the same, into his circle. And this was Obama's big promise. He delivered, and he created some healthcare reform. He also dealt with this collapse, right? Bush comes first, the economy collapses, leaving Obama to fix it. And Obama was able to work with his team at the White House to bring our economy back to life, get people working again, and in homes again after the housing crisis. That leaves us with two terms that don't go. These are going to be the terms that both Obama and Bush, there's a crossover, there's a similarity or a comparison, right? Both of these guys were president for 2 terms, meaning these were pretty popular people, right? They were elected not just once, but twice for a total of 8 years in the White House. And both of these guys dealt with financial crisis. They both dealt with a problem economy, Bush at the start and then Obama at the end, kind of bringing things and fixing things. That they had that certainly in common. That is going to be an overview of George W. Bush and Barack Obama, hitting a couple of the highlights of their presidency. Thank y'all for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.